I live in a fairly safe city. Not a lot happens, except to me. I had always looked older than what I was when I was a teenager, and I had the body of a grown woman back then. Needless to say, I attract the wrong kind of attention sometimes. There's a lot of stories that I can put here about me being followed, or having a guy try to get me in his car, or just flashing me or something. But there are two incidents that have truly scared me. The first one, I was about 16, and this was when cell phones were not as abundant as they are now. I was walking home from the store by myself, and when I got to the corner waiting for the light, I see this gray car making a left-hand turn. Now, as the car got closer, I noticed two people in the car that looked funny. I looked closer and realized that the woman in the front seat had tape on her mouth, and so did the guy in the back. In fact, as they went by, the guy lifted his hands up to show me that they were tied up. I tried to get home as quick as I could, but that took half an hour. I called the police, but I knew there wasn't much that they could do since a lot of time had passed, and I didn't think to get a license plate number. The second one that scared me was when I was 18, and I was still living in the same city. I lived up the street from a 7-Eleven. It wasn't even a 10-minute walk. I was living with my mom, her boyfriend, my sister, and my boyfriend at the time. We all shared a house together. I was coming home from 7-Eleven, and I heard someone talking behind me. I looked around, and I see this guy in a green car telling me to get in. I don't know. Thank God he was going the opposite direction of me. I told him no, and I ran the rest of the way home. My boyfriend and my mom's boyfriend were outside talking. When they saw me run up and asked what happened, well, when I told them, they laughed at me. Fine, whatever. So I go inside, and not even a minute later, they're calling me back outside to ask if the car following me was a green one. I told them, yeah, it was. And then I looked in the alley, and there that guy was again. They had seen him drive up slowly and just park out front. And when he'd seen me, he sped out of the alley and came around to the street where we were and pulled up to the sidewalk. My boyfriend and my mom's boyfriend walked to the car, and, well, mom's boyfriend pulled out a machete. I guess the guy had seen it and took off. I still to this day wonder what happened to the kidnapped couple. I was about 2 years old when this happened, so I only remember bits of it and what my mom has told me. It started when my mom and stepdad invited some guy to visit with them in the house. I don't know, I guess things were going well until he asked, "How much do you want for her?" referring to me. Thinking he was playing around, they jokingly told him, "She's worth more than you've got." A few minutes later, he said, "I'll give you 300 for her." For some reason, they still thought he was joking, and said no. Again, he went up on the offer until he reached 900, and that's when they knew he wasn't playing, and that he actually wanted to buy me. My stepdad kicked the guy out and tossed his ass outside and down the staircase. Thank God they finally realized what a creep he was being, and didn't leave him alone with me. This story has a bit of background to it, and it's a lesson I learned thanks to my sister. See, I have 2 kids who are 10 years and a day apart. I had my daughter when I was 18 in high school. She was about 8 or 9 months old when this happened. My mom and I needed to go to the store, and since we didn't have a car at the time, we walked. It was about 1.5 miles walking distance. And again, this was a time when cell phones were not as popular or as cheap as they are now. But anyway, we get to the store and we're looking at some ice cream. I had my back turned away from my daughter, but she was still nearby. But not enough to notice that she was missing. I swear, we were only turned around for a few seconds, but it was enough for someone to take her. My heart dropped, and my mom and I looked at each other, and then we ran to the front, but when we get to the end of the aisle, there's my sister holding my daughter. After that, I always told my kids if I can't see them, they need to get their butt back to me. This lesson saved my son. Every year we have a lemon fair in our downtown area. The streets are blocked off and we have food vendors, stuff to buy. It's pretty fun. In another part of it, 2 big parking lots have games and rides. Well, my son and I were at the rides and he was about 3 years old at the time. He wanted to go on one ride, and I kinda had to bend down to see how many tickets it took. There was another lady who was looking too. I could see my son in my periphery when I noticed the lady next to me calling him over to her. He was kind of in the way of some family pushing a stroller, and she grabbed him and was hugging him from behind. The lady standing next to me looked at me with a question in her eyes like, what the fuck is going on? I looked at the lady who was holding my son, and she kept saying how cute he was and was just hugging him. She didn't speak very good English, and she wouldn't let go of him. I told her thanks, but give me back my son. She didn't let go of him. She just kept holding him from behind and patting his head. So the first lady and I started walking toward her, and she finally let my son go. He ran back to me, and she told me one more time how cute he was. After she left, the first lady asked me what the hell just happened. I told her I had no idea. She said maybe she was hoping for a cute little boy, and was hoping that I wasn't looking so she could take him. It was strange and creepy, because who does that? She didn't even know him. I told my son to never go with someone he didn't know. So, lady who tried to take my son, you better hope we never meet again.